Hey everyone, the question, if you don't normally file a tax return, do you need to file a tax return to get a stimulus check? That's caused a bit of an uproar in the last day or so, and unfortunately, I don't think this issue has been completely resolved. So let me go back and give you a little bit of history before I tell you where we are today. In the stimulus bill, the Treasury Department was directed to distribute the payments as rapidly as possible, and also authorize the disbursement of funds electronically to an account the taxpayer authorized in their 2018 or 2019 tax return. Now, this directive covered a lot of taxpayers, but it didn't fully address the taxpayers who don't have enough income to file a tax return. It simply said that the Treasury should use the 1099 from the SSA or Railroad Retirement Board. It says nothing about those who receive SSI or veterans benefits. So 3 days ago, the IRS issued new guidance that said if you didn't normally file a tax return, you'd still need to file a simple tax return to receive your stimulus payment. That really stirred the pot, and a lot of people were pretty upset. At the daily press conference, President Trump was asked about this requirement, and he said, "I didn't know about that. We'll look into it." And a few hours later, the Treasury Department issued a press release that said Social Security recipients who are not typically required to file a tax return do not need to take an action and will receive their payment directly to their bank account. Boom! The news started reporting that the simple return was dead and no longer required. Well, not quite. On the IRS website, it says Social Security beneficiaries who are not typically required to file tax returns will not need to file to receive a payment. Instead, payments will be automatically deposited into their bank accounts. However, some people who typically do not file tax returns will need to submit a simple tax return to receive the economic impact payments. In another question on that same Q&A document, it says, "I am not typically required to file a tax return. Can I still receive my payment?" And their answer was, yes. The IRS will use the information on Form SSA 1099 or Form RRB 1099 to generate economic impact payments to recipients of benefits reflected in the Form SSA 1099 or Form RRB 1099 who are not required to file a tax return and did not file a tax return for 2018 or 19. This includes senior citizens, Social Security recipients, and railroad retirees who are not otherwise required to file a tax return. This means that the requirement to file a simple tax return has been removed only for those who received one of those 1099s mentioned, which is only those who received Social Security retirement or disability benefits. The way this is written now is if you receive SSI or only veterans benefits, you're still going to have to file a simple tax return to get your stimulus payment. Now, as a percentage of the population, this doesn't cover a lot of people. It's estimated that there are about 3 million SSI recipients and around 200,000 people that receive veterans benefits and their income isn't high enough to mandate filing a tax return. The problem with this is that this seemingly small group includes a lot of people who have disabilities, including cognitive disabilities, and they simply can't file a tax return. It doesn't matter how simple it is. And this means that unless they have someone to help them, they'll probably miss their stimulus payment. So this needs to get straightened out. But let me stress, this is what we currently know right now. I can't imagine they'll leave it this way. All SSI payments are already electronic, so the information is already on file. So in the first few days, it has changed more than once, and I suspect that it'll probably change again before it becomes final. I do highly encourage you to continue monitoring irs.gov/coronavirus to keep up with any new requirements or changes. This is just what we know right now. Thank you so much for watching.